Okay, I'm here today to teach you how to disassemble and reassemble your Delta 68 by 32 degrees. It's actually really easy, a lot easier than you think it might be, and it might help you figure out what's wrong with your gun, who knows. Okay, so the first step is going to remove this pin right here out of your gun. On the other side there should be a cotter pin, but I lost mine, so I have a paper clip in there. So you just take the paper clip out. Or not. Alright, come on. Sorry. Okay, so you take that paper clip out, or your cotter pin, and then all you have to do is push in on this, and it comes right out. Okay. After that's removed, you can take out this whole piece, your velocity screw. Okay, that comes out. And then after that comes out your big spring, which goes on top of that. Alright, and then next thing you're going to have to do is pull out the hammer. It's going to come out until about this far and then click and stop and stuff. And so you might have to pull the trigger a few times while you pull it out. And then out right here is going to pop out your little it's a really big O-ring, but when you pull your hammer out, your big O-ring comes out, which fits over the spring when you put it back in. So I just like to keep all the parts together. So pull the hammer out, and then this whole assembly comes apart. This is your hammer. This is basically what shoots, right? So we're just going to put that off to the side. Next step, taking apart your gun, is going to take this black lever off right here. So you just get the right Allen wrench and unbolt this little screw right here. Once this screw comes out, you can just slide this whole thing out. This makes it easier to access this thing in here, right? This is where most of your problems are going to go. Because in here, if you do not let all of the air out of your gun before you undo the latch, you're going to blow the O-ring out in here. So I'll show you what I'm talking about when I get out here, when I get it out. So basically you're just going to take your long screwdriver and come in through here. And there's like these little notches on there on the inside. And you just take it and you put it in one and you just unscrew this whole thing. Once you get it started, it comes out really easy. You can spin it out with your fingers or... See, just spin it out with your fingers. And you can just screw it out with your fingers. Okay, and then once this whole thing comes out, this is, I forget what it's called, but you know, whatever. This is where all your problems are going to come from, most of the time anyway, like all your leaks and whatnot like that. So when you flip this little piece over, there's this little circle on the back that you want to unscrew. So just stick your screwdriver in there and unscrew it. Once you remove this, just put that off. And when in here is this little black nipple type thing, so you're just going to flip it over and get that out. This is what punctures your 12 gram. Okay. And in here, right around in here is this black or clear O-ring. And it's in like this little notch just right up below this surface area. And if you don't release all the air out of your gun before you undo the latch, the air is just gonna blow in there and blow it straight out, and your gun's just gonna leak from that metal until you replace it. And so basically what you do is you just call it National Paintball. I think it's just 1-800. Nah, I don't remember. Sorry, just look it up. And then you can order new O-rings for it. They're like, you get like 10 or 20 for 50 cents or something. And they send you a whole pack of them. And you would just take the old ones out, or the old scraps of the old one, and you would just put this new one in with like a screwdriver or whatever. You just bend it in half and stick it in there. And it's that easy most of the time. My gun does it all the time. So now we're going to start the procedures for reassembling. You're just going to put the black thing back in there, put this back on, make sure it's nice and tight. I mean, you don't have to like break it or anything, just making sure it's snug. And you're going to put it back into your gun. And make sure that it's nice and tight in there so it doesn't come out or anything. Okay, we're going to stick this lever back in here. You just line up the holes and put the screw back in. And tighten it with your Allen wrench. Yeah, this little thing's a pain too, adjusting this little thing in here. Yeah, adjusting this little thing in here can be a pain, I know. Just I recommend getting it to where you need it to be, and then making a scratch or a mark on it so that you remember where it has to be if it ever gets moved by anyone, since there's little brothers and yeah, whatever. Okay, so final thing to, you're almost done. You're just going to take this big O-ring that you had and stick it in the end like that, like there. Then you're going to take your velocity screw and spring and stick it in there, making sure that this little hole is sticking upwards, right? So you just put that in there, and then you're going to take this and put it in there, making sure that you put your paper clip or your cotter pin, as it's supposed to be, back in so that it doesn't come off. Oh, shit, I did the wrong thing, I'm sorry. Take that back off. Wow, I'm retarded, I'm sorry. Where's my... Sorry guys, first thing you're going to do when you get back here is put your hammer back in. Okay, so you're just going to slide it. And then pull the trigger a few times, get it back in there. Okay, so get it back down. Then you're going to take your O-ring, put it in there with your spring and your screw, making sure that this little notch is upwards. Now you put this in, and your cotter pin. And then I recommend you dry fire it once, just to make sure you put it all back together good. And there you go. That should fix your main problem with the Delta 68 by 32 degrees.